river, which was quite a nice treat. As you know, chain and sprockets done, needs new tyres, but tyres are not so bad, needs front and back brake pads. That's another job, that's another time. So, you know, we enjoyed going to the river. We haven't been to the time I go to the river, I'll actually the bike being washed and swimming too. So I'll actually video the swimming. So I get Jovelyn to video it. So like I said, if you're not a channel member, please become a channel member. Please like and subscribe. Please share the videos. Please send super chat, very much appreciated. Please help support the channel. We actually need that support. And you know, as soon as we got the chain and sprocket done, I said to Jovelyn, we'll have to go somewhere tomorrow. And we waited while Sunday, and I says, let's go to the river. And when we got to the river, I don't know if you've seen one and two video, you know, going to the river. So we enjoyed it, met a lot of people. Like I said, guys, you know, there was a lot of people there, but there was a lot leaving as well, you know, because mostly, excuse me, mostly people get there early in the morning, you know, 11, 12, 1, 2, and then they're mostly gone after 2 or 3 hours. But quite a lot of people there. So Lee, I hope you're joining us this morning if you've got time. So, what we've been doing today? Well, this morning Jovelyn were up at 4 o'clock and she were up climbing up the mango trees, 4 o'clock in the morning. So, she got quite a few mangoes and she said to me, them chickens have been in the vegetable garden. And I says, I know. Early in the morning they all come down the side where that door is. They all come down the side of the house and they all head for the vegetable garden, and then they dig all the vegetables up in the vegetable garden. And it's so hot and we're struggling for rain, but we've had rain today for what, 4 minutes maybe. So a little rain's always welcome. It's a blessing. So a little rain's always welcome. So what we did today, I actually went out and I sawn quite a few branches. So I actually sawn quite a few branches, and then I sawn them to a length, I think about 3 foot, and Jovelyn just sawed them in half and she stuck them all in the floor, hopefully to stop the chickens from digging the garden up. But like I said, wow, really hot today as per normal summer here in the Philippines. And I'm actually red raw. I've got a rash, red raw, just that hot. And I ain't got no cream for the rash. You know, it starts to heal and then we get another red hot day and it's just so humid, you know, sweat dripping off. She's barking at something. So if the dogs bark, I always normally look, but Jovelyn's there. So there's a lot of dogs here, so there's not many bad guys here, because if the bad guys come here, there's about 20 dogs. Well, there's about 30, 40 dogs here, 40, 50 dogs here, just in this little piece here. So, you know, it's a bit hard for people to actually come sneaking around, because we've got so many dogs here. So that's what we've been doing today, you know. Vegetable garden, planted some vegetables, I forgot what they were, forgot what they called them. So I'll show you tomorrow. And I came back in, sweating, got another shower, and then about half an hour later got bored. I thought I would go back out. So I went out, walked round the rice fields, walked to the mango trees, and then I came back in and I got bored. So I went back out and then I walked round. I thought, well, we'll start on the vegetable patch. So that's what we've been doing. We started on the vegetable patch. Pesty chickens trying to make it chicken proof. So, you know, we try to make it chicken proof. But I've got the chickens trained now. and I'll show you how I've trained them. Show you on camera, I won't explain. But chickens, the pests, smart, fairly smart, but the pests, you know, they just dig everything up. And I've got some tomatoes in some bags. I can't afford pots. I haven't got the budget, no money to buy pots. So we're using old bags. Ha ha! Old I've forgot ethylene or whatever they call it, can't remember. But we've got some bags filled with soil, a little bit of manure in. And I had this chicken and I looked out of the window and there's all making the veg pack chicken proof. So like I said, you know, Sunday quite nice. A lot of people there, we had a nice bit of a swim. I fell in twice, actually fell in more than twice. I fell in about 5 times. And one of the times here, I got my phone there and as soon as I fell in, I held the phone high and boom. So all my legs are grazed, but that's just life here. So at least I didn't drop my phone in the water. Don't know if you watch the videos entirely. You know, watch them if you like. So I managed to get 2 videos, a few shorts. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, let me have a look who that is. I know it is. Gordon Ramsay. Right. I'm not chatting today. Gordon. Right. I'm actually busy, to be honest. So, here we are again. All you have to do is go to your... someday you have to be very careful, that many scams online. Every time somebody comes on chat to you on Facebook, 90 little bit of shopping, we didn't buy more eggs, got a little bit of rice, and that were about it, and some bananas, tons of my good morning. Now then I can, he's here, fired up. Hi, good morning Lee, old chap, there in England, about, right, actually what I did want to talk about. Lots of girls, lots of guys, lots of kids, all swimming in the river Sunday. They all enjoyed it. Right, what I want to talk about. Got a message as well. Now, one of you guys sent me a message. Hi Paul, did you get my message? No. I got that part of the message. All I got was, hi Paul, did you get my message? And I didn't get no message. Right, so please send another message on Messenger. Right, Lee, actually what I was talking about when I was out in the field, a guy contacted me and he says, you should come to India. Now, I actually thought, has any of you guys been to India? You know, I actually thought, India, wow. Many years ago, I'm talking about 20 years ago, my sister's been, I think, to India. She got Jelly Belly in Delhi, or Delhi Belly, Jelly Belly, and you know what that is, right? Right, so that's from India, but there is some beautiful places in India. Now, about 20 years ago, I actually wanted to go to India. Have you been to India? And you know how this come about, actually, I think I bought a car. I bought an RS2000. An RS2000 awesome car, right? Yes, I've had one. So, and I've had the Mexico as well. Right, so the RS2000, Pinto engine, 2 litre Pinto engine. I've had one. To buy one now, 50,000 English pounds. Absolutely beautiful car. I love that car. So I think I actually bought an RS2000 off this guy. And he had a car lot. And I think the car lot was in Wakefield. We're alive. I've actually moved the phone trying to get it to connect. Right, so I bought this. Well, this guy, he goes to it. And he goes to India every year. 6 months of the year he goes to India. And when he gets to India, he buys, they all hang out on this beach. And one thing and another, right? So what he does, after he's done his 6 months in India, goes back home to London, and then he goes back to his businesses. And, he gives the servant Lily Enfield. So, and he said, well, India, I'm talking 20 years back now, guys, things could have changed. He said, actually, India is quite cheap. So let me just see if I can actually put this phone back. And if I can't, I'll have to just try and hold it or put it in a gimbal. Let me pull that a bit closer because I'm not sitting here all night holding my phone. Right, so that's what he does. And I thought, wow, that sounds really nice, really interesting. 6 months a year, go to India, it's nice and cheap. Then he comes back. And that's what. Then I got a message, like I said earlier on. Guy said, come to India. Now, actually, I sent the guy a message, but he didn't message me back. So India, I mean, we're not very, as far as I know, guys, India is not very far from the Philippines. And it would be interesting to know more about India. Because maybe it's not a bad country to leave the Philippines, go to India for X amount of time, then come back to the Philippines. So it would be, like I said, I wanted to go to India, 20 odd years back. And I never did out about it, so I never went, simple as that, really. So would be interesting. And I've got another friend in London. Like I said, I ain't seen him for 25 years, this guy. This is another guy. And he lives in Reading, London. And his mum, she has actually got an hotel in India. And it's a really well-known place in India where a lot of British people actually do go on holiday. But as it is, I cannot remember the name of this place in India. But it's a really well-known place in India. And a lot of guys that actually do travel to India probably hit this place. And like I said, I'm sure my sister's been to India, can't remember if she has, or my niece, India, and that's why I know about. I have actually, some of you guys, I have actually got some subscribers from India. Guys, if you're from India, please make a comment. Or let me know whereabouts in India you are. Let me know, are you in the city? Are you in the countryside? What's going off? Have you got a shop? Are you working on the railways? Or are you working holidays, hotels? Let me know how cheap it is and let me know what's going off. Would be really interesting to know. Oh, just a moment. Naz, right. So, like I said, it would be really interesting to know, you guys from India, please drop me a line. It would be nice. So, really interesting. And then, because I actually got that message today, it was either today or yesterday, can't remember, it's very, very hot here in the Philippines. So, I thought, wow, India, some of my subscribers, like I said, I know I've got Indian guys, or indie guys actually, that live here in the Philippines. Oh, gentlemen, please message me, let me know what's going off. Now, India, as I remember, I watched quite a lot of documentaries about India, and yeah, very, very nice, so, of the world. So, even though a lot of the areas are very, very poor here, and like I said, it would be, guys, my channel, you're here in Bacolod City, from India, send me a message if you're in Mercia, and we'll come and chat. I'll come and chat to you. Because, it would be really nice and nice to know the Philippines and I'm guessing you're here in the Philippines. I've got a rough idea what business you're in, and you know, you probably either have a Filipino girlfriend. You know, it would be interesting to know what it is actually like India. So I don't know how far from the Philippines India is. Not without looking on a map, I don't know how far it is. It's not very far at all from the Philippines. So, Thailand, Philippines, a lot of Indie guys actually do travel to Thailand, a lot of, Thailand, Taiwan. And I've actually seen a few, not many. I've seen 1 or 2 Indie guys, right, backpack on, walk through Back College City before. And also in Mercia, I've seen a few backpackers, 1 backpacker. So, there is quite a few guys from India that do backpack and come over. I don't know how long you're coming over. You can hear me. I don't. Flight. Wow. Flights from the Philippines to India, 6 hours. Further than I thought. But it's not bad, 6 hours, it's quite close, ouch. So it's quite close, but it's further than I thought. India, probably so. Don't know what happens in India, it's a big country. So, like a long time ago, I actually thought about actually going to India. And like I said, guy I know just goes there and he just smokes, and he goes smoking, bumming around, so to just do parties all night. For 6 months, that's all he does, 6 months, smoke, and he parties, and then he's got it's a cheap hut. It's not an hotel, he doesn't go in an hotel, he actually goes in a hut, right? And he has a servant, and many a time when he's gone back into his hut, there's been a cobra or a snake. There's a snake in there, and he says a lot of times I've gone back stoned, gone back to me just have to get one of the Indie guys to get the cobra out. Now you'll see a lot of cobras online, and you'll see a lot of Indie guys playing with these cobras, but these cobras have had to pull the fangs out. So when they're playing with these cobras, the cobras are not very dangerous because they've pulled the fangs. They've pulled the fangs out, which is a pretty really not very good for the. I can see a comment, India. Yeah, hello. Oh, that's Lee. Yeah, 6 hours to India, that's Lee. Philippines to India, which is I actually thought India was a lot closer to the Philippines. Obviously not, 3,000 miles. Now, from England to here to the Philippines, it's a 6-hour flight. Then we get it's about 12-hour flight. So from me to get here into the Philippines, it's about a 12-hour flight. And it's a 2-hour flight, or it can end up a 3 or a 5-hour or a 3 plane flight, right? I normally get a 2 plane flight, but you can actually get a 5 planes. Some people have to get 5 planes going back to England, and somehow it works out much cheaper. Don't know how, but that's so I'm told. So, like I said, really interesting. Make a comment. Is there any India guys? And I know I've got some of you guys on my subscribers. Please make a comment. And I've actually seen a few Indie guys actually here riding motorbikes around Mercia, and like I said, I actually know what business they're in, most of them. So it would be interesting, guys. I'd like to chat to you about India, me going to India from the Philippines, what's the cost, where's a good place to go. Like I said, this guy from London, Actually, this guy from London who I knew, he was a very, very rich guy because he got car lot in Wakefield, got car lots in London, so he was quite a rich guy. And I'm talking, this guy were in his 20s, 25, 27, you know, in his early 30s, millionaire, selling cars. So, you know, and that's what he used to do, go to India for 6 months. And some of the stories, I'm not going to tell you some of the stories he told me, but some of the stories he told me, you know, I won't repeat. It's about halfway from Philippines to England. Yeah, well, if it's a 3 hour, if it's a 3 hour, did we say 3 hour or 3,000 mile? Yeah, 3,000 mile, yeah, it's a long way, 3,000. It's 7,000 miles from England to here is 7,000 miles. If, that's what I believe it is, 7,000 miles. And it's a long, long flight, and it's 2 flights. And the last flight I got was from Manchester to Doha, Qatar to Cebu. And the flight before that I actually got, it might have been not Manchester, could have been Manchester, or it could have been Birmingham. Birmingham to, I think it was Birmingham, the flight before that. Been here 3 times, guys. Been to the Philippines 3 times. Right, so the number 2 flight actually, as I remember, I flew from Birmingham to Hong Kong. Hong Kong Fui. So I flew to Hong Kong. And wow, I would absolutely love. I think Hong Kong's quite an hour flight from the Philippines. I think it's an hour. It's an hour or 2 to fly from Hong Kong to the Philippines, as I remember it. You know, so, and Hong Kong's a beautiful place. You know, I really would like to go back to Hong Kong. And yeah, I will hit Hong Kong sooner or later, no doubt about it. You know, I will actually get to Hong Kong one day. And India, I'll definitely get to the 2 countries. Bali, love to go to Bali. But you know, Taiwan, Asia, around Asia. And you know the big one, Thailand. Probably Phuket. And around Thailand would be nice. But you know, Hong Kong, very, very expensive. And I'm sure quite a few of you guys have actually been to Hong Kong and probably lived in Hong Kong. You know, but I was thinking actually, let me just tell you what I do actually know about India. Absolutely beautiful wildlife. They do a few martial arts. So they do a few weapons. And you know, what I remember about India, I saw a documentary. This was a poor place in Mumbai. And what they did, I'm talking quite a long time ago, don't know if it still goes off. What they were doing with the kids is they were breaking the legs, and they were making the kids into cripples so they could actually go out and beg. And then I saw these other kids, and they used to hang about on the railway, and if a bit of wood fell off the train, or there were a wooden box with nails, they used to break it on the railway, and the nails, used to get little nails, pull the little nails out of the wooden boxes, and they used to put the nails on the railway lines, and when the train came it flattened the nail, and then at the end of the day, wow, they had they might have got 5 or 6 nails, right, 5 or 6 nails, and that was scrap, that was their little bit of money. That was scrap in India. And you know, like I said, I don't know a lot about it. I have actually seen some bad things about India, but wherever you go in the world, England's got its bad parts, Philippines got its bad parts, wherever you go, it's got its bad parts. So England has got its bad parts. And you know, everywhere in the world, but you know, I'd love to go to India. Would be quite nice. So, thanks for joining us, guys. If you're not already a channel member, please become a channel member. Would be nice. Please help support, because we need that support. PayPal support, help support, if you can, would be nice. Much appreciated. So, I'm waiting for some good comments off some of you guys. Now, I'm going to look into India more, because like I said, I have got some Indie guys that actually contact me, and I'll have a little chat to them. In fact, I had a message off an Indie guy, and it was a couple of months ago, and he actually sent me some pictures, and he said, oh, I've got a shop here in India, and he sent me the pictures, but I didn't see the pictures while later on, because I didn't have an internet connection. I was using free data. Let me explain free data. Here in the Philippines, like Lee, when I'm actually chatting to Lee, I actually go out, I'm using free data. So I can actually message you, but I cannot see any pictures, right? And I can go onto Facebook, can't see any pictures on Facebook. Free data is a thing here in the Philippines where you can just go on to Messenger, you can send a message, but I can't send pictures, and I can't see pictures what you actually send till I get a load, or till I've got money on my phone to see the pictures, basically. So that's free data here in the Philippines. And the other's a load or an internet connection, which we don't have. So, you know, India would be very interesting to me. And like I said, the wildlife, wow, beautiful India. So, you know, really interested in India. And you'll have all seen there's a program. I know Lee will have seen this, and it was a program, Bernie from London. Now, Bernie from London, it was, you know, they did cars, what, Lupo, I think it was Bernie and Lupo, or something Lupo, what it Lupo, something stupid, well not stupid, it's just his name, it's stupid that I cannot remember the name. So, I think his name was Lupo and Bernie, and they were doing cars in London, and used to get celebrities, and they'd go down to Bernie's, and Lupo would actually chop. He was chopping cars, and he was sticking, and he was making a car, and then he was sticking a bigger engine in it, you know, and what the customer got at the end of the day is what Lupo actually cut and shoved. So, you know, with cars, cut and shove cars. So, I'm sure a lot of you guys will have seen that from England. And I actually watched when they went to, I don't know if it was Mumbai in India, and they were buying cars, right? And they bought a car actually in India. Like I said, Lee Enfield, you can buy a Lee Enfield motorbike in India 20 years ago, I don't know, 500 quid, 700 quid, English pounds. So you can see where the guy who I was chatting to, you know, just go and buy a motorbike, ride it around for 6 months, give the bike to the servant, then back to London or wherever he were going. So, you know, what's that? India. Yeah, I've actually noticed that Indian elephants have big ears. That's probably the weather. It could be wrong, but it could be the weather. But they're just elephants in Africa got really big ears, big flappers. And the Indian elephants got small flappers. But the Indian elephant, it's quite smaller. But having said that, an African elephant is absolutely huge. If it doesn't get shot and it manages to grow to maturity, that an African elephant's giant. But I have actually seen on programs some of the Indian elephants giant. Musk. What happens is in India, elephants go into musk, and musk is when they get ready to breed. And what happens is they're full of hormones, so they're full of testosterone, right? Never been on steroids, don't like drugs, never took drugs, never took steroids. If I want muscle on, I'll eat and eat and eat, and I'll just work. And I've got good genetics, so I can easily put muscle on. So I've never ever needed it, right? But elephants, they get full of testosterone, and then they become very, very, very dangerous to the owners in India. And that's what they do. They actually chain their legs up, the foot, and they chain him to a tree. And some of the elephants, they break the chain, and then you've got a rogue elephant, because he's just full of testosterone, and all he's thinking about is mating, mating, mating. Nature, you just can't beat nature. So, and you know, I've seen quite a few short videos on YouTube, and you know, you get some American lady and she goes up, she's in India or she's in Africa, and she goes up to the elephant and she starts, something I wouldn't really do myself. She starts petting the elephant, and she's, you know, calling the elephant turns around and goes, thump, and it gives her one of them, and the American flies about 20 foot in the air, and then she's laid out. So elephants, they can be very, very dangerous. Thailand also has got elephants, as I remember, with small ears. So Thailand's got elephants, India's got elephants, Africa's got elephants, and we've got elephants in our zoos in England, and kangaroos in the moors, and wild cats in the moors. Yeah, we have actually got wild cats, panthers, and we've got kangaroos up in the moors of England. Right, so that's another topic. So, you know, lots of things in India, and as I remember, guys, you know, they're doing tigers on the elephants. So in India they use the elephant for shooting tigers. Don't know if they still do that, but they probably do. So you know, and listen to this one, I actually love curries. So I actually do love curries, and when I'm in England I always cook for me, that's it. I've only got me really in England, so I just cook for myself. So, you know, and I do love to cook curries, and I actually love curries, and I thought India, you know, I'm sure some of these guys in India make absolutely fabulous curries, and it would be interesting, guys. What I'll actually do, guys, I have actually got some indie guys on Facebook that do message me from time to time. You know, they say hi, hello, and so I'll actually try and chat to some of them and see what's happening in India, and then I'll actually get back live all about it. Just reading what he says. So yeah, elephants. You know, and I've actually seen, well, not exactly seen, I've actually heard and basically seen on programs on TV, you know, elephants actually killing people. So, you know, it's that musk, that's a really dangerous time, it's called musk, and it's when the elephant wants a bit, so that's what it's full of. And actually, I saw an elephant in India, and he'd gone crazy, and I don't know if it were in Musk, and he'd gone crazy, this elephant. And, you know, you can understand why an elephant goes crazy. They're chained up, they batter them with sticks. I'm sure a lot of guys in India, they really look after the elephants, but there's one or two that don't look after the elephant, and they abuse the elephant. And you know, you see a lot of foreigners as well, and they're on the back of the elephant, and they're going through the jungle on the back of this elephant. And if you see an elephant, it's got a sharp spine. So if you look, it's got a sharp spine. So if you look at an elephant's back, it's got quite a big spine here, and then they stick a big seat on top of that spine, and that's really bad. That's really bad for the elephant's spine. and according to form it's very, very uncomfortable for the elephant, and it's dangerous for the elephant because it does actually cripple the elephant later on in life. So them elephants, a lot of them elephants get a really bad deal, right? They get a bad deal. It's cruel. There's a man with a knife behind me. Just give him one of them. One of them, straight in neck. Right. End of story. So, you know, absolutely lovely. So that'd be it, guys. Cruelty to elephants. But like I said, a lot of people in India do look after the elephants very, very well. So, you know, it's not so bad. So actually, just get rid of that silly comment. we get all sorts on here. Right, I'm sure to read the comments later, and I'll have a good laugh when I read the comments. I'll read the comments, and I always have a good laugh with the comments. And I always think, well, it looks like we've got Mr. Arrogant here, bump. So, you know, lovely time in India. Love to go to India. Hong Kong, love to go to Hong Kong. Love to go to India. China, love to go to China. And I would love to go to China. You know my love, Thailand. I haven't been to Thailand. But you know, beautiful countryside, beautiful beaches. Sooner or later we're going to hit these beaches, guys. We actually will hit these beaches. Palawan, El Nido, we will hit these beaches, okay. So sooner or later we'll definitely be hitting them. And I'll probably be already monetized then, but you know, it will be nice and it will make a nice video. So, you know, not so bad. So, what we're doing tomorrow, I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. We'll probably try and get to Mercia tomorrow. So, what we're doing in Mercia, not a lot really. And I need a shirt and I've got to try and find some trousers. I'm not telling you why, but I need a shirt and I need to try and find some trousers. And then my shoes are dropping to bits. So my shoes, my boots, not more or less boots, they're a boot. Underneath, it's all hanging off. It's all hanging off. So if you actually watch my videos in England, if you go back to England, UK, Wentworth Woodhouse, if you go and watch some of the videos, Elsica Park, Wentworth Woodhouse, Old Hall, Kess, Kes, so if you've watched Kess, you know, Old Hall, Tankersley, when I'm walking around these places, you know, you'll actually see my shoes are actually like that. In other words, I've had it, but I'm still walking around in them. So I'm back to that. I'm back to bad shoes again. So, and we actually asked a guy. Now there's a guy that comes round, and what he does, he saws your shoe. When your shoe sole is falling off and it's hanging off, right, he saws it together. So he saws it all together, and he saws it. And Jovelyn said, I have been waiting for you for about 6 weeks. Can you fix me these boots? And he looked at the boots and she says, we don't have the money yet. When I've got the budget, can you please do it? But can you look and give me a price? We didn't have money to do it. And he says, yeah. And he looked at the boots and he went, 300 pesos. 300 pesos? The boots cost 500 pesos, right? They're like a cross trainer. You know, they cost 500 trainers from Footwear in Mercia, but now they've had it. And I says, 300 pesos? And we haven't got 300 pesos. So what I said to Jovelyn was, if we get some money, when we get some money, we'll have to try and buy some new trainers, or whatever they are, cross trainer. 500 pesos we paid, so we'll have to wait. And the guy came again today, and Jovelyn saw the guy today, and he says, aye, and he said he came to saw the boots, and she got him down to, I think it were 150 pesos, and I think it were 150 pesos or 200, I think it were 150 pesos, and she says to the guy, he came and said, oh, I can do your shoes. Says, I ain't got money. We haven't got the budget, we haven't got the money. So there were no sewing. Because most of the shoes here, guys, they're glued. So they glue them. And what happens after time, if they get wet, they start to unstick. And then they start to... So simple as that. We don't have the budget, I'm afraid. Simple as that. Now then, let me just throw up comments a bit further forward. Let me have a quick look, guys. Right, so you know, that's about it really, guys. We don't have the budget. So, what we're doing tomorrow, I don't know. Maybe we'll try and get out on the bike and have a little ride. Now I've got an idea in my head where we're going. It's quite close, it's about 5 kilometres. And it's what? It's about 6, no it's not, 5, 6, it's about 8 kilometres from here. Right, so it's about 3 or 4 from Murcia. So I've actually know what I'm doing tomorrow. Whether I'll get there or not, I don't know, because it's just crazy hot here. So it's crazy hot here. And it's as simple as that, we don't have a budget. When I get, hopefully the connection stays with us and we don't lose connection. Forgot where we're on about now. So, in our little thing, Fun Spice, I found a sweet to you. So, Fun Sweet, Fun Spice. Right, can't see any messages. So, I hope you guys are still with me. Yeah, we're live, definitely live. So, please make a comment. You know, has any of you guys actually been to India? Like I said, I'm going to make a video tomorrow and I know exactly where I'm actually going tomorrow. So I actually don't know where I'm off to tomorrow. If I don't get there tomorrow, it'll be the day after. So you'll have to go and watch the video. But somewhere in Bacolod, so I'm actually going to head for somewhere in Bacolod. I've got 100 pesos, so I actually put 100 pesos per. So long as you don't go like that, you know. So I actually do like to get on the bike and get a little bit of rockle. You know, like I said, it'll do 70, it does 100 kilometres an hour. Don't know how fast that is. What is it, 60 mile an hour, 70 mile an hour. It's not a very fast bike, but it's quite nice to ride, you know, it gets you out and about. And there's something I want to look at. Last time, I was down the new road. When I got to the new road, I actually spotted a building. I'll not tell you what the building is, unless you've actually seen the videos. So I want to go and look at this building. But this building looked like there were guys actually living in it, squatting in it. And when I went near to the building, they'd all got machetes. So I thought, oh, I'd better turn round here because I got Jovelin with me. So I thought I'd better turn round because they're all carrying machetes. So that's what I did. I turned round and just went back. So hopefully I can make another video. And you know, said I do love your comments, especially for some reason. I don't know what the reason is, guys. There's no comments coming up, but that could be due to it's a really poor connection. Like I said, I do apologise. I'll chat for an hour or so, and then I'll love you and I'll leave you, so to speak. Now then, there were a guy that made a comment, and I used to do pressure washing, not very often. I used to do pressure wash. Well, actually, I used to work on a pig farm. So when I was 16 years old, when I was 16 years of age, when I was 16-year-old, I used to work on a pig farm. And one of my jobs was breeding the pigs, feeding the pigs, cleaning the pigs out, watering the pigs, just everything on it, driving the dumper truck, everything to do with pig farming. So when I actually worked, it was Swaith, a place called Swaith, near Wunwell, Barnsley. So when I was 16, so I worked on this pig farm, and I used to do pressure washing every week. And actually later, not so long ago, before I actually came to the Philippines, I had 1 or 2 jobs, excuse me, but they were like friends who knew me, and they said, can you come up and pressure wash can you actually pressure wash me drive, and can you do it side the house? And my 2 old ladies, right, so my 2 old lady friends, I used to actually do the gardens, and I pressure washed all the yards and the drives. But what they didn't like about it, when I pressure washed them all, it cleans. It really does make a nice clean job. And they didn't like it too clean, they liked it more rustic. So they said, can you not leave it a little bit dirty? I said, not really, no. But my other one, I did a bit of pressure washing. And that is a good business to actually start. It can be a little bit of a problem in a car, but if you've got an estate car and you've got a place where you're going to and you've actually got water at that place and hose pipes, it's easy to do you can actually do pressure washing. And I don't know, to set up, I don't know, you could set up fairly cheaply. 500-600 quid you could actually set to pressure washing business up. Okay, you just have to build on that, And pressure washers that I actually use, I think they were Karcher, and most of them actually, I used to do the person's garden, and they used to have pressure washers. So I just used to use person's pressure washer. What I used to do the garden. So I used to use their pressure washer. So that's quite a good business actually, and it's a lot easier than gardening. And actually, if you're doing a drive, you're pressure washing a drive, you can put a solution down, and you're supposed to give it half an hour to an hour, maybe an hour. And I used solution once, but I didn't leave it down long enough, because the lady says, "Oh, it'll be fine, just wash it," and it didn't really do a good job, solution. It was still hard work, and it was still hard work to pressure wash it, and it was a good powerful pressure washer as well. So I think, if you're pressure washing, it is really, I thought it were really a good business. But what I did, I started to garden, and what I did is I bought a lawnmower, and I bought this lawnmower for 200 quid, £200. In fact, it was £179 from Aldi. So I bought a petrol lawnmower from Aldi, lasted me a year. It lasted me a year. Now, gardening season, we've got 6 months, so 2 years it lasted, and then it started to break down big style, so we're no good. So, and that same gardening, it's really hard work. So I think out of the two, pressure washing is a better business than gardening, but that's entirely up to you. You just do what you do, you have to do what you have to do for money. So that pressure washing business is actually quite a good business. Even in the winter, if you've got waterproofs on, it's quite a good business. And then, like I said, we chatted about this earlier on, didn't we? About having a good idea and actually going to the you know, I get so many negative comments, and you know, guys, I don't really listen to your negative comments or your arrogance. I don't really listen to it. I never have listened to it. You know, that's why I'm here in the Philippines now, because I don't listen to what people say. He'll never do this, he'll never do that. I don't listen to all that garbage, you know. I just go and do it. So I think personally, pressure washing is a really good business. But if you're actually doing pressure washing full time, yeah, it's hard work. It is hard work, you know, you're at it all day, and then, you know, if you've got another, you know, you finish at what, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you go to a place, it's a big place, and then you might be there while 6 o'clock, so it can be hard work, pressure washing, but it's a really good business, and like I said, money's money, simple as that really, guys. Sorry I don't see your comments. I actually lost connection, and when I lost connection, I actually lost, can't see no comments. And as far as I know, I'm actually still live, because I can see I've got 10 that's joining me, and I can see I'm still running. I'm running over an hour now, and like I said, at least I managed to do a little chart. So India, very interesting to me. And tomorrow, we're going to go and do a video tomorrow. You know, like I said, I'm not going to go very, very far tomorrow because I don't have much petrol. But the little bit of petrol I've got, as soon as I go on to reserve, that's it. I need to be able to get to Mercia and back. And you know, I'm here in the countryside. So I'm 5-6 kilometres out of town in the countryside. So, you know, I don't have a budget to ride here, there and everywhere. I can't do it every day like I used to. Simple as that, really. So if I have actually got a little bit of petrol in the bike tomorrow, you know, if I'm not on reserve and I think I'm okay, I'll actually go into well, not actually Bacolod. Before the city, I'm going to turn off a couple of miles before the city, because there's something I want to video. So you'll see if you watch the videos. So that's about it, guys, you know. Lee, thanks for joining us. Don't know if you're still with us. I don't see any comments. You know, it's just took them off when I lost connection. Either that or YouTube has taken the comments off. Because YouTube actually, as far as I actually know, YouTube monitor your comments. And you know, I'll actually add this before I go. About 5 years ago, I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos, right, about the Philippines. And you know, a lot of them were okay. Then it was, you know, you'd get after the say 4 I watched, you'd get this guy, and it cost 100 pesos for an apple, it cost 100 pesos for a piece of fish, it cost 100 pesos for some shampoo. You know, they do the monthly budget, then next day this guy does his monthly budget, next day monthly budget, and I used to think, are all these guys copying off each other? Because you used to get all these guys on these channels on YouTube, and they all used to copy off each other, and they all used to say the same things on about shampoo and fish and cost of it, and that's why I actually don't watch a lot of YouTube videos. But the ones I actually sometimes watch, and it's very, very rare I watch other people's YouTube videos now, but I actually do watch a few YouTube videos, and one of the ones is a lady what's here in Dumaguete. Not going to name the lady, you probably know the lady. And then I used to watch a guy also what used to live down in Dumaguete, you know. But I actually go out and make videos, guys, okay. So I am actually in the fields, in the countryside, in the river, and I'm not just chatting about it. I actually do go and make videos. So, you know, a lot of the vid cost a living. Basically, just this is everyone in the must have chatting about the same thing. But there was one channel I actually used to watch here in the Philippines, bang. American guy, they killed him here in the Philippines. That was, wow, what, 7, 8 years ago? But he got killed here in the Philippines because he got into things that he shouldn't have been into, and somebody didn't like him being into it, so bang, you're gone. So he got shot. And he was a really nasty guy anyway, and when I used to watch his channel, it was just, I could just see his nastiness, and I stopped watching the channel. Then next minute I heard bang. But there was one guy I actually watched, a guy that used to live in England. He went to America. He met his girlfriend in Cebu, and he lives in Bohol. I used to watch his channel sometimes when I actually first watching videos on the Philippines. And he's still here, still in Bohol. And I sometimes watch his channel, but not very often. I think now he's bought a big BMW motorbike, but I don't really watch the videos, you know. And there was one guy I used to always follow, and he had a good channel. He were always out on his motorbike, he were always in the countryside, he were always in a town. You know, he were always out and about. My Filipino Journey. I think that was the name of the YouTube channel, My Filipino Journey. And the guy was called Mike, and the guy was from Texas. And I followed him for a while, and then I think he met this girl, and as soon as he met this girl, I stopped watching videos, and it just got not very interesting, because he was just sat home all the time, and he stopped making his riding about videos. And then next minute I heard, this were about 4 or 5 years back as I remember, Mike, this guy from Texas, he was an electrician, Sparky, and I think he had an RX 100, that's a two-stroke, it's a two-stroke, and I'm sure it was a Yamaha RX 100cc, and he used to tour around the Philippines on this little RX 100cc. And that's the guy I used to follow, because we're all over the place riding around. And you know, like I said, I think he moved to Cebu. And then I'm watching it. There's another guy sometimes I watch, but not very often. And he's in Leyte. I think there's two I watch. One in Dumaguete, one in Leyte. Very, very rare I watch other people's videos. If I watch your videos, you've got to be out in the countryside. You've got to be in town, not just sat in the house chatting. Okay, because I won't watch your video if that's all you're doing. But Mike, actually, I'm watching Mike. I thought, oh, I'll look see what Mike's doing. This was a number of years back. And then next minute I heard Mike. I saw Mike, and he was quite big. I thought, wow, he's got really fat, because he weren't really fat. And I thought he's got quite unhealthy, and then he started getting these health issues. Really nice guy. I like the guy's channel, really nice guy. And if that guy was still alive now, he would have 1 million subscribers. Yeah, that guy would have 1 million subscribers. Nice guy, good videos. And then I saw Mike, and actually Mike passed away. And I watched it, and he was going into hospital this day. So this day I went into hospital. And I thought, and he wasn't sure if he'd actually make it. And I could see, and I thought, wow, I hope he makes it, will he make it? You could see guys that he probably would not make the operation. And what happened is he actually died in the operation, this guy called Mike. Nice guy, really good channel, you know. He did interesting things, he did good things, he travelled around for a start, not just sat in the house chatting, you know. And I watched Mike, and then I saw him on the table, and he'd actually passed away. And here in the Philippines, guys, if you die, they will put you on YouTube. So if you're dead, you will see that person in real life dead. And he got tubes, as I remember, he got tubes, and he passed away, he was dead, he died. And he looked really, wow. I thought, wow. So that was Mike, we lost Mike. And he was the guy what did really good videos. And that's why I don't watch a lot of you guys' videos. And some of you guys that actually do come onto my channel, and you've get it that, and you've run your mouth because you've got a YouTube channel there in Bacolod, you don't like me, whatever, or you fear, you've just got a fear of someone going up that ladder, instead of just going about your own business and minding your own business, you have to put your insecurities onto other people. So that was Mike. Actually, Mike passed away, and Mike was the guy I used to love watching his videos, and he passed away, and it were a real pity, so, and most of the other guys, I'm just not really interested in watching, watching people's videos. What we doing today, Jackie? Are we going to shop? And then they go to the shop and they go, look at prices. If you're not a type of guy that goes out, I sometimes watch live streams. I won't tell you what live streams I watch. But, if you're not out in the field, you're not hiding about, you're not visiting places, you're not going places, I will not watch your videos. And if you want to comment, you've got a good comment, it gets deleted anyway. If it's a good comment, I will actually listen to your comment, and I'm sure it's quite interesting. But that was the guy, Mike, really nice guy, my Filipino journey. But as soon as he actually met his girlfriend, Mike stopped travelling around and he stopped doing really good videos, in my views. And I know a lot of you guys like to listen people chat, and that's fine if you like to do that. But what I loved about Mike is he was always on his motorbike travelling around, and he was a nice guy. And then, like I said, I didn't watch his channel for a long time, and then he passed away, which was God bless Mike. And there was another guy as well from America, and I don't know what happened to this guy. He was a really big guy. I think he was a lorry driver, and he had a girlfriend called Daisy. He was big and she was little. He was 6'6", and he was big, really big man. I can't remember the name of his channel, but he disappeared, and a few other guys disappeared, don't know where they went to. So guys, I actually very rarely watch other people's channels, but Dulmageti, I watch one lady's channel. Sometimes there's two ladies in Dulmageti. I sometimes watch the channel, but not very often. And when I actually do watch the channel, it's a chat channel, and it could be, hi guys, there's American coming to the Philippines, and it's all about men and girls, which really don't really interest me. So, not very often I watch other people's channels. So guys, I hope you're all fine and taking care. I'm going to end the live stream. Lee, thanks for joining us. So, please subscribe, please share the videos, please become a channel member, send super chat, super thanks, and please help support, very much appreciated. Take care, God bless. And like I said, give me your thoughts on India. But there's probably most guys what are on YouTube, I have actually seen whether you're English, American, most of your channels I've actually seen and I've watched for 5 or 10 minutes. And then that's about it, guys. Because I am actually a YouTuber, and I'm always busy doing YouTube videos. I don't really watch other people's videos, but you know, that's basically the videos I normally do watch. You know, it's more into motorbikes, keeping fit, martial arts. You know, it's that type of thing I watch. Guns, shooting. You know, there's a lot of interesting videos, but because I'm a YouTuber, don't watch YouTube that often. Right, take care, God bless, have a beautiful day, God bless. Like I said, make a comment. I'm ending the live stream. Thanks for joining us, Lee. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you don't, I'm sure you'll miss something.